Perfect. That's it. Okay. Good evening, guys, and welcome to today's session on our third meet for the third week of blockchain UNN. The topic for today is introduction to HTML. So I will start sharing my screen. Okay. Once you're able to see my screen, just put up your hands. Okay, thank you. You guys can put on your hands now. That's cool. So today's class, we're going to be talking about introduction to HTML. Basically, we had some insight in last class about HTML and a little bit of how to go about it. But here we'll be taking a much more deeper dive into HTML. So what exactly is this thing? Basically, HTML is known as the HyperText markup language. So this basically means it's a place where you will write text and the web browser understands the text and is able to interpret it in its interface, what is can be understood. So by default, any text that is written in a file with the tag .html can be read by any web page. But HTML is more than that. There has been major advancement that has been geared and conducted towards maximizing the visibility of your text or your website on the general internet. So basically, HTML has evolved over the ages. There were times when HTML was just read-only. You could not accept any other thing. But as time went on, it was able to advance and make a much proper impact to the extent of what we are using today. So, the evolution of HTML. Like we humans, we evolved from Homo erectus, Homo habilis, everything, and we got to ourselves, which is the Homo sapiens. That has also been the same evolutionary stage of HTML. So let's take a journey towards HTML and what its future held for us in time. So HTML was first developed in 1991, and it was the first version. So it's basically provided normal things like a Microsoft Word provides, like headings, paragraphs, text, lists, and hyperlinks. It was basically focused on simple text-based content. So basically, if you saw a site from 1991 and above, a basic HTML site, it's just a jamboree of words just there, and maybe you see one or two blue underlined texts, which meant links. That's basically what it was. So then we now had HTML 2.0. This was done in 1995. It introduced features like tables and form inputs. It allowed for better content organization, basic data structure, and such like that. So that means we're able to arrange things better in the web. So we now have the third generation, the HTML 3.2. Through its advancements,
enhancement it was done. Just background, image, and text. Support for table and forms.
Samuel, please mute yourself. Thank you. So in this HTML 3.2, why it is called 3.2 is because of the version that was perfected. You know, since I released in installments, you see version 1.04, version 1.01, version 1.0 something. Minor changes are made to it, but in each change there is perfection. But that's how long something will go on before you call it a version. That is what's happened here exactly. So we have the version 3.2, which was the, how let's say, pseudo perfect version of HTML3. And it supported tables, and its support for forms were rather improved. And then you could now add images and text colors to it to enhance the web. So we now have the fourth generation. So this one gave rise to the writing of CSS. That means you could now put your style sheets in place, and you could now have layouts and a more organized form for organizing your layout. So it now allowed you to do different things across the web, take things to where you want to take it and make it more responsive on devices. So basically you could access the web pages how you wanted to see it on your phone. It would be different of how you wanted to see it on your laptop. Things could be scaled for phone users. Basically what came with it. So then there was XHTML, meaning extensible hypertext markup language. This was the fifth generation of HTML. It was introduced in 2000. It was just a modification of our HTML 4.01. It followed a stricter syntax and required well-formed documents. That means for each thing you wanted to put out there, you had to be strict. You had to follow writing it properly so to be able to display it. So it wanted to bridge the gap between XML, extensible markup language, and HTML, that is hypertext markup language, to promote a better compatibility between the XML and the HTML. Then to the final one, the HTML5, which is the sixth generation of HTML. So it's the most significant of advancements of HTML, and it was introduced in 2014. So in this place, we will see that it has new inputs. It supported multimedia, and it supported form validations. Before, you had to hard code form validations, and you had to go through a whole lot of things before you could validate your form, but this one just supported it. And it provided semantic tags, allowing you to use meaningful tags for accessibility and search engine optimization, so that the browser would know what this tag is all about. And then it now introduced the canvas. So the canvas tag in HTML is basically a place where you can draw. You understand? You can draw on the canvas tag using JavaScript. Whensoever you wanted to output anything graphically on the web page, you would use the canvas, and it will do it superbly well. So, and it also supported offline web applications like geolocation, local storage, so it will enhance the user experience. You know, when you go to a web page, you understand, and you're on that web page, and whenever you refresh that web page, it will go back to that exact place you were with, not to go back to the beginning. This was where it started, so that you'll be able to continue seamlessly from where you were before moving forward. So now we are going to do a little bit of exercise. But to do this exercise, I want to teach us, and I want to walk us specifically through HTML proper, so that we understand exactly what we're doing on the web. So for those of you using phones, you can just watch. But for those of you using laptops, if you can halve your screen and be looking at what I'm doing, it's cool. But I'm going to show us something quite basic, something that you would understand, something that you would see, so you'll be able to understand better how to write HTML, or how to understand what you're doing. Okay, if you can see my screen, raise up your hands. Okay, so here I just have a basic notepad here, nothing much. So we are going to go forward to write HTML. So to show you how fundamental and basic HTML is actually, we are just going to write a little bit of HTML in this notepad, because you can write HTML basically anywhere. But the best is that you need the proper formatting format to be able to work on it. So here I'm just going to declare my HTML basically, doc type HTML. This tells me that I'm using HTML5. And we now declare our HTML tags. Now, if you watch me, you will see closely what I am doing, that for each tag I open, I close it. We'll get to that later. I just want you guys to get the basics of what I said. I will explain later. But if you're using a system and you can duplicate your screen, you can have it half and half like this. Yeah, you'll be able to follow me. So that's it. Okay. I have a simple H1 tag here saying I am learning. Close my tag. You have to ensure that you close your tag. Now, the reason I'm doing this, the reason I'm starting from here, is so that you understand and see where you make errors. Because even though HTML is basically not a programming language, no, Salome, it's Notepad. It's normal Notepad on system. So if you tap on your Windows key on your keyboard and type in Notepad, the thing that's coming out there, that is it. It's just that my own is a bit different, but it's the same thing. So I'm going to save this now, Control S. So when I say Control S, I'll be sure of where I'm saving it. I'm saving it on my desktop. So I'll name it first .html. It is paramount that you name your document .html as you save it. No, Mesoma, it is not Replit. It is Notepad that is on your system. Notepad is on every system. Once you press your Windows key and type in Notepad there, just hit enter or hit open. It will come out. So I'm going to name it first .html, then change this thing from .txt to all files. Then I now click save. Now when I click save, let's see, we will see that it has turned into this HTML, this Chrome tag here. So let's open it. So as I've opened it now, you see what has come out. I am learning HTML. That is what you have written. I am learning HTML. And you see up here that you see my project. So for you guys that were asking me what is title for, this is exactly what title is for. So let's say that I want to rename this my project to Insane Project 1. Then I hit Control S. You must save. Then I now come here and refresh. You will see that this thing has changed to Insane Project 1. So yeah, that's basically it. I hope with this small presentation, you guys have gotten the grasp of exactly what I mean. Okay. Kelechi, what's up? What do you want to ask? Chidima, you want to ask any question?
Hello. How do you
I said raise your hands up, Kato. So put your hands up if you want to ask question. Thank you. Joy, what's up?
Yeah, please, I can't see your screen very well. As in, everything is squeezed, and I can't be able to view it clearly. If it can be
I
a little bit bigger, then I will appreciate it. Thank you very much.
are you using a phone or a system?
Actually, I'm using phone.
Okay. You know that place where my screen appears? You can actually put your 2 fingers there and enlarge the screen from your end. I can't do anything
Okay,
here.
so the landscape.
Try
All right. Okay.
try it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
It's bit better. Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
No wahala. So Keto, what's up? You had your hands up. Joel, please put down your hands so that I know people that are asking me questions or not. Okay, so that's it for that. So basically, all the generations of HTML has been going to make HTML a more friendly and user friendly interface so that people be able to write better code and the web browser to be able to understand what is written, so they'll be able to give it the proper attention that it deserves. But for these things to work, we have to understand what tags are and understand the roles that they play in able to make our documents to be proper on the web. So tags. Tags are basically just a way to arrange or give importance to text on the web browser. They are opening and closing tags. The name of the opening tag must rhyme with that of the closing tag. The only difference is that the closing tag has a forward slash before the name of the tag, and both of them are enclosed in greater than and less than braces. But in the nature of things, there are some tags that do not have closing tags. These tags can be left to be on their own, such are the break tags, the image, the input, the link, the meta. These tags don't need to be closed. They could just be left on their own. And then combining these tags together with text and attributes make a HTML element. So what is a HTML element? A HTML element is made up of 3 parts: the tags, the attributes, and the content. The tags, they are marked within angle brackets and they define the structure and content of a web page. They come in pairs, the opening tag and the closing tag. The attributes provide additional information about HTML elements. They are added to the opening of a tag element as name value pairs, and they modify the behavior or appearance of the element. The content, it specifically refers to the data or information that is enclosed between the opening and closing tags. So it can be either plain text or other multimedia content. Sochi, please mute your mic. So the HTML structure, from what we have seen and from what you have understood, we see that the basic HTML structure consists of elements nested in elements to produce a result. Now, there are particular ways to arrange measure tags to be able to bring out the required results in your web browser. The measure tags in HTML are the HTML tag, the head tag, the body tag. Now, the HTML tag defines the document area for writing HTML. Before the advent of HTML, you just needed to just declare the HTML opening and closing tag and then write what you wanted to write inside. But to be specifically using HTML5, you have to declare doc type HTML. This is a single tag. It doesn't need a closing tag. So you declare this doc type HTML before you declare your main HTML tag, which will enclose your other tags. Then inside the HTML tag, there are two major tags, the head tag and the body tag. The head tag contains the description of the website. It tells the browsers how to handle a particular web page and how it would load behind the hood. It contains the title, the meta, the link tags. These tags do not contain displayable elements. Kinsley, please mute your mic. The body tag. This is the tag that contains the content that is displayed on the visual part of the web page. It is the visible part of HTML. In here, we can conjure all the magic we want to on the web. Okay, so guys, this is going to be a wholesome practical class. So I'll give you guys like 2 minutes to start up your applications. If you're using laptop, start up your VS Code. If you're using phone, start up your decoder. Once you're done, just comment done in the chats. Once you're done setting up, comment done in the chats. I'll be doing mine too. So can you guys see my screen? If you can see my screen, just comment that you can see my screen. Okay, let me use this avenue to take in question. Okay, Abdullahi, what's up? People that are raising hands, you want to ask questions. If you want to ask questions, you can speak. Abdullahi, Keto, Ebube, your hands are up. Ebube Young, Keto Ichaka.
Hello, this is Keita. First of all, I wanted to know if you gave, I think I heard something like an instruction. I'm not so sure if you give an instruction, right? Like just in the last 50 seconds or something.
Okay, I said if you're using phone, open decoder, and if you're using laptop, open your VS Code.
Okay, no problem. And my other question was the title affects, the title bar that we see up there. Then how do you affect like the URL?
How does it affect the URL? We will get to that in
No,
later
not how
class.
does
Just
it. How do you? What do you do to change the whatever is written in the URL?
you don't change
Like I
whatever is
was seeing
written in the
your own was
URL.
Chibo something.
Oh no. Forget about that. You don't change what is written in the URL. I don't know, but
In
how
your
I'm understanding
browser, when
this
you
is a
open your Chrome
URL.
browser, the URL in
This,
the URL space,
this is a URL. This is a URL. I did not do anything to this. I didn't do anything to this. The only thing I did something to is this that is up here. I didn't do anything to this. I'm not the one that gave
yes.
this. I'm not the one that did this. It's the computer that this is the route to the local storage where the file is located on my system. This is the route to the local storage where the file is located on my system. This is the title of my project. You understand? Do you understand?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
No problem. So guys, let's go. So now, because we're going to start everything from scratch, we're going to move everything from scratch. So we're going to do a little bit of we're going to play a little. You understand? Because everything I want you guys to do is I want you guys to understand it in your own concepts, and I'll be explaining as I'm going. If you have any questions, put up your hands or ask it in the comments. Okay. So we begin. Okay. So basically, if you want to do exactly what I did, if you're using the latest version of HTML, just type the exclamation mark. Once you type the exclamation mark, if this thing comes out for you, you would see it, so you hit enter. If it doesn't come out for you, just type the entire thing. I'm going to explain what each thing here means. For those using decoder, you can basically just declare your tag as normal. Forget this meta now. Forget this meta now. Just type exactly what you're seeing in this place. Forget this meta for now, but I'm still going to explain it at the moment. I hope you guys understand me. So, here we have our HTML5 declaration saying that this is a HTML5 document, saying it is doc type HTML. Then here we have our HTML with an attribute declaring that the language is English. The language you're writing in, the language of the web you're going to be writing in, the language you should be transcribed to automatically is English. Then we have our head tag. Our head tag controls what we see in the document. So this meta tag here, as you can see, the meta tag does not have a closing tag, as we have explained earlier. And this thing means character set. It says that the character set is UTF-8. That is the normal character encoding, the current character encoding for writing documents on web page. Every document has this UTF. It makes it to be readable on the web. They have other UTF characters, you understand, but the one that we use for HTML is 8. Then we have the meta tag that describes with the name viewport, with the name viewport. So it describes that, okay, the name is viewport, that this contains the viewport of the entire, screen. So the content is of width is equal to device width. This makes it to scale to any device you're using. So to scale properly. Initial scale 1.0. That means it should scale to 100% of that device width. It should maintain the device width at all times. Then the title is document. The title of this thing is document. Okay. So to run your code right now, you can basically go to where I trust you guys have created your index.html. Have you created your index.html for those using laptops? For those using phone, you can basically go to decoder, click on new project. It will bring out a list of projects. You click on HTML, CSS, and JS, and you'll be able to start from there. Now, when you're done with putting in all you want to put in inside here, you can simply press the play button as it is shown in decoder. Decoder is pretty simple to use. So if you have written all these things down, or if you understand what I've been explaining in Thoughts Farm, you can put up your hands. Okay. You guys can put down your hands. So moving forward, for phone users, I hope you guys are going on well too. So basically, for you to be able to run your code, you'd have to go to the place where you stored it. So you click this, then you now click on it to open it, then it pops it open for you. So that's how you'll be able to see what you have done. Okay, that's cool. Going back to base, we're simply going to have a little bit of fun. So right now, I'm going to be taking us more into HTML semantics. So in HTML, we have the normal tags that came first, which is from the H1 to the H6. We have from H1 to H6, and we have H6, which we have addressed formally. We have this is big and strong. This is small and tiny. Save, reload, it appears. Big and strong, it's small and tiny. So this is what we have. Then also in that, we now understand that this is an opening tag, this is a closing tag. You understand? That's how it is. But then I'm getting bored of this color that is here basically. I need something better to be able to change up my color a little bit. So I can say BG color. What do I want to give it? I so much like this color a lot, magenta. Okay, so once you do BG color magenta, you see it will change the entire color to magenta. So this, as we said before, is an attribute. So it has defined the property of the entire body tag. It has defined the color for the entire body tag. You understand? And we have to understand something. HTML programming languages were created by the Americans. So we have to switch up a little on how we create and how we write. As you can see here, to most of us, the spelling of color here is wrong, but it is what the system understands. Let's say I try to spell color the normal way, C-O-L-O-U-R. When we go back to our document, you see it does not have any effect because it does not understand what I just wrote. So we write American English here, basically. So that's it. Now, let me just get myself to write a little bit of composition about myself. So let me now say that I want to start with a header. So in that header, I'm going to have this is where I want to introduce myself. And I'm going to comment it out because I don't want it to display. So then I now have a little bit of E, and then I'll be like, hello world. Then I now want to make and I'll now say I am learning HTML. You can write whatever you want. That is for my header. This header is HTML5. Before, the only thing we used to make divisions on the web. So the web, we know that we are making divisions, is the div tag. But then with semantic HTML, with the coming of semantic HTML, we have been able to give specific titles, like the slide I showed previously. See that? Its HTML5 also provides better semantics, allowing developers to use meaningful tags for accessibility and search engine optimization. So yeah, that's basically what I did there. I declared the header tag. So the div tag was what was used up to HTML 4.0. But then, since the evolution of HTML5, we have the header tag, we have the aside, we have the article, we have the section, declares the section, we have the and host of other tags. You understand? So from these tags right now, you can see that they say something by themselves specifically. So you can see that whatever I want to stay aside, you can put it in the aside tag. They will now know that, okay, this is what you want, this aside. Whatever article you want to write, you put it in the article tag. If you want to declare a new section, you declare a new section. So that's how to go about it. So here, you can also change your color to red, and the color would change to red. Make sure you save and refresh so you'll be able to see your changes. And that red is too bright. Okay. So yeah, that's basically it. So I said, hello world, I'm learning HTML. Let's say I want to make HTML big. We all know what to do. We do the bold tag, and then we now make HTML bold. So let's now go. So I now basically want to write an article about, I want to write an article about myself. So basically, I'm going to start a new section. And inside that section, I'm going to say, okay, here's the main part of my web page. That's next I'm going to say. As you can see, all the commented parts do not show on the web page. Why? Because they are commented. It only tells you, or tells the user, or tells somebody that is going to read your code what they are to expect, what they are to see. You understand? So we can rename this title to About Me. So you can see it has changed here from document to about me. That's what the title tag does. So this here is the main page of my, this is the main part of my web page. So I can now go, I will not be like, hello there. I will not be like, declare my paragraph tag, say hello there. Come on. I am, and I want to make my name bold, Chibuzo Franklin Odigbo. I am from UD LGA. Stop. I now want to make another paragraph. And I'm now more like I am a student of UNN. Normally, I have to bold UNN because of the shege that I have seen, so that they will know that UNN is not a small place. So once you see that, once you do that, you see there are changes that has been there. All the placings you there to be bold, be bolded, and the ones that are just normal will be there. So let me now say that I want to start a new place, and I want to list fun facts about me. I can now say, okay, I have this OL, then I now do H1, and I'll say fun facts about me. I'm going to ask a question later about what just happened right now, and I want you guys to answer me. So, so I'm not going to have Li. I'm not going to say, I love James Hadley. Yes. I write blogs for a living. Let me change this so I'll be able to see it. I'll be able to see it better. Okay. Quick question for the guys that are with me. Someone suggest a color I should change it to. Just suggest your favorite color or something that I change it to so I to look at. Just write it on the chat. Okay, blue it is. Let's see how that shows. Oof, shines. Let's try light blue. Okay, light blue is a tad better. Okay, so nobody likes violence here. It's okay, sure. So for the person that asked what does OL tags, what are they for? Now we have two types of ways of listing lists, the ordered lists and the unordered lists. So OL means ordered lists. UL is unordered lists. Okay, so if I want to change, the main difference between OL and UL is that OL ranges things in numbers from 1 to whenever, but then UL does another thing. UL ranges these things with bullet points. That's the main difference between all of them. So I write bugs for a living. What else is a fun fact about me? Li. Chelsea is the best football club. So yeah, Chelsea is the best football club. Yeah, I have to bold this because I mean Chelsea is the best football club out there. But they beats Chelsea. They're simply too good. So yeah, I'm going to take questions now. So if you have questions, just put up your hands and we'll go through them. So Kelechi, what's up?
Yeah, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah, good news. Yeah, I can. I can.
Yeah, please. I wanted to confirm. Like, I wanted to know what's like the main function of the section tag. About also, get that.
I I can barely hear you from your background. You say you want to understand what?
Yeah, I said I wanted to confirm. Like, I wanted to know what's the main function of the section tag.
Okay. So the section tag is a semantic tag. It tells the browser that hey, this is a new section, that you should treat this place as a section. It sees it as a new section of your website. You understand?
Okay.
That is basically what it means. Is that plain and English? Is section.
Okay. So that means I can we have like more than one section?
Oh yes, definitely. You can have more than one section.
Okay. Okay. I feel that's clear. Thank
But don't nest
you.
don't nest a section within a section. It's not proper.
Okay.
Yeah, don't nest a section within a section. You understand? It's not proper. You can't do it.
Okay. Okay. I feel that's noted.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
So before they say that I'm going to teach you guys how to write bugs, I have cancelled that. I don't write bugs. What I write is code for a living. Before they take me to court, before I go explain the evidence. So what else? What else is a fun fact about me? Apparently I like to write. So yeah, those are some things about me, especially that Chelsea part. That is the most important. Chelsea is the best football club. Okay, questions. Chioma, what do you want to ask? Your hand is up, Chioma.
Please, is this also for phone users?
Yes. Like I said in Decoder, I'm going to find out whether there is something online. Decoder. Once you finish typing your code here, because I'm using my phone at the moment. Once you finish typing it there, just hit the play button. Sure you get. I told you guys to ignore this meta and everything. Even you can just add a little about me if you want to. You understand? You can see create there. Once you click on create, you choose the template you want to use. You choose the template you want to use. You understand? You see when you see create, you click on file. Once you click on file, it will be like it will bring HTML. You now bring out enter your file name. You now click on what you want to do. You can name it tutorial. Then you now hit on
Okay.
create. Then it already brings out a prompt for you already. You understand? It already brings out a prompt that is there. So to see that what that prompt displays, you can simply click the play button. It's on blue, or maybe on iOS to be green. I don't know why iOS likes green a lot, but you can now hit that play button. And then once you hit that play button, you will see what it has brought out for you. You understand? You will see hello. This is a HTML example from Decoder. Have fun. That's exactly what you're going to see. You understand? Then you can hit the back. So yeah, so you can now hit the back button and now continue it.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Okay. Put down your hands, Shaman. John Bays.
Yeah, boss. How far now?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Hello. I did.
Yes.
Please, my question is this section and div. Can you actually nest a section inside a div or a div inside a section? Like, I want to understand.
Okay. So you can nest a div inside a session and a session inside a div. A div is the general tag name. So a div is like default section. Like you have to declare a div is unadulterated. Understand? A div can be a section, an aside, an article. A div can be anything. A div literally means division. It tells the browser, hey, this is a division on the web page. Why a section tells the browser, okay, understand that this is a section. So the browser reads a div like, okay, this is just a mere division. Whatever I did inside it is okay. But whenever I declare a section, your browser now reads it like, okay, this is a section in HTML. I will treat it as a section. Whereas it just renders div normally. But there are presets of instructions that it does when you declare a section. You get me?
Yeah, I get you. I get you.
Okay, that's cool. So people that are using phones, I hope you're up to speed. Okay, Osita Kinsele, what's up?
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Please, I'm having an issue like with system, how to get to the HTML page, like using VS Code. I understand the other aspect, but how to come up with the HTML page to be doing this thing? What I see on mine is Python and Co. I don't understand, sorry.
What exactly did you click on your screen?
I opened the VHS, but I don't understand exactly how to get to that HTML page you are using.
Okay. So I'm going to run an entirely new thing on that. So let's go over it. Let's go over it again. So forget this thing I just did right now. Okay, I rather just create a new one. A new window. Okay, so we have a new window here. Nothing at all is here. There is no folder. There is nothing at all. It just has this thing here. So I want to create a folder. So when I click I clicked on open folder. Then I want to create this folder on my desktop. It is paramount you know where you're creating your folders so that you're able to go back to it. So I go to my desktop and then I say new folder, and I'll name the new folder this. So once I name the folder this, I now select the folder. It now opens the folder up inside the VS Code. It now opens it up. So inside here now, I now come here and then click on plus on create a file, new file. As you're seeing it here, you're hovering here, you're creating new file. Then you now say index.html. It's a must you put .html so that it will know exactly what it's writing. Then when it says .html, you now click enter. It now opens it up here for you. Once it now opens it up here for you, now there is a preset in VS Code that writes the entire skeleton for a HTML document for you. You hold your Shift key and you click and you press your 1. Then once you do that, you will see this emmet thing come out. Then once it comes out, you hit enter. Then the entire thing comes out for you. Is that clear?
Yes, thank you.
No problem. Okay, so that's about that. That's about that. Back to where we were. So yeah, basically, guys, we have using this, we have recapped and we have added that we have things in UL and we have 2 types of lists. We have the ordered list and the unordered lists. And we have seen where we have added in some in-between tags. So let's say, now I want to show you guys another thing because I'm sure you guys will have this question about the break tag. So we look at this in here. We see I want to take this I am from Udi to the next line, but I don't want to declare another tag for it. So basically what I'm going to do here, I'm going to come at the end of this line and then do my BR and it goes to the next line. As you can see, I didn't close this tag. Why? Because BR is a single tag. It doesn't need to be closed. You understand? Normally, you know that if you declare a new tag like we did here, it's going to give this space. But because we did BR, you will see that there is basically no space here. You understand? It just broke the line and took it to the next line. Try to start from the next line. I hope you guys get me now. Okay, that's cool. So over to what we have next. So as we have touched lists, we will now move over to the image tag. Okay, now we are reaching like to the half part of this session. So I would like to know you guys' thoughts. I would like to know you guys' thoughts from then till now. So the first 10 hands I see up are the hands I'm going to talk with to ascertain how this class has been for them and understand how to move forward. Okay, I have 5 hands up. It's as if we're going to take only 5 people this time, apparently. Okay, before we move on, for people using phones, have you been able to run your code? Just comment whether you have been able to run it or not. Just say yes or no. Have you been able to run your code for those using phone? Have you been able to run the code? Okay. Samuel and Chidema, if you could, please explain in the chats how you run your code so that those that are using phone will understand it. So I'll be able to take these questions, these people's views on the matter. Thank you very much. So, Chidema, what's up? How have you been seeing this class so far? You find it understandable?
Good evening. Once
Yeah, good
again.
evening.
Initially, it was kind of complicated because I'm using my phone. So I had to figure most things out myself because we are mostly displaying for laptop. But after I figured out like how to change the color and how to enter my text, every other thing became pretty easy to handle.
Okay, okay, that's good. So you say you're following now, right?
Yeah, I am. Thank you very much.
Okay, that's cool. John Bays, how are you? Hello, John.
Hello, boss. Alpha.
I'm good. So, how have you been seeing the class
Yeah,
so far?
yeah. The class is nice. It's nice because it's just more like a recap because it's just kind of reminding me of what I've done before, something like that. So at least I'm following.
That's good. That's good. Um, and do you have any insights to place on the class?
Yeah,
Any insights to place on the class? Anything you
like
want or
inside
something?
that, like inside I don't understand, boss.
Like, you're flowing with the class. Do you have anything to say about the class or?
Nothing much, just that I dey understand within this up now. Like I understand everything.
Okay, that's good. Okay, thank you. Favor Ebubechi. Favor. So, how are you?
Good. Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good evening. So, what insights do
Yeah.
you have in the class?
Mm, Although I joined late, but like I understand everything. Like I grab. Like everything
Okay,
that has been going on in the class. I understand.
that's good. Do you feel it is interactive enough? I love Favor is still there. Do you feel it is interactive
Interactive.
enough?
Like I'm already
Okay,
conversant with everything going. Yes, I'm already conversant with everything going on. So like it's kind of easy. Thank you.
okay, that's good. Yeah, thank you. Okay, Sochi Ugochukwu.
Okay, good evening. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Please, when you are giving when you are changing the background color, you do not use
Mm-hmm,
that style tag, style equals to this style this thing. You just put
mm-hmm,
BG color. Do you get?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I'm confused in that aspect.
Because it is purely HTML. You know, before you could do anything, before they had CSS, there was
Yeah.
HTML. So
Yes.
basically, what I used was just a simple HTML attribute. There is no styling here.
Okay. I thought it was inline styling because
No, no,
that's the
no, no.
one I'm conversant with. Okay.
It's not
And
inline
then
styling.
most people here don't really know these tags you're also calling like the line break, and so it's just like say tell us the tag and then use it, not just using it while talking. Do you get?
Okay, okay.
Yeah. But the class is actually going very well.
No, no problem. Thank you for your
Thank you.
insight. Thank you very much. Okay. Samuel, good evening.
Can you hear me, please?
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me? Good
Okay,
evening.
I can hear you. Yeah, good evening. I can hear you now.
For me, I think I want to start by saying kudos to all the developers because it's not really easy starting up. Because I think this is the first opportunity I'm having to learn about stuff. I'm not really conversant with the whole stuff, but I think with the way you're actually going about it, it's quite it's making it a bit easy for us. I want to also appeal. Maybe you can slow your speed. Because so many of these things, I have to go back. I even had to have a screen record that will help me to go back to um maybe learn all those things over again. But I think consistency have actually pays. So once we are consistent, we should be able to get result at the end. But so far, I think thanks.
Okay, thank you very much for this your insight. It's very good. But as you said, consistency is it. So as I'm going at a pace, I'm also looking at time and what it will take to cover things. Like I said, we're going to have fun, and the fun is yet to start. First of all, I've already said that Chelsea is the best team out there. That has already said some things, some people to spike. You understand? So we're going to have a debate about that later. So whilst we are coding and understanding some certain things, we're going to be having fun too. That's the entire thing. Okay. Thank you for your insight. So Abugu Angela.
Hi, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. How are you?
Yeah, so you said something about this BG color. So you're trying to say
Mm.
that HTML5 now has something where you can style your HTML, because I saw that BG color and I thought it was Bootstrap, and I was like, why are you confusing us, and something like that. So
No, it's not bootstrap. Yeah, I should add this thing about as another thing about me. I don't like bootstrap or tailwind CSS, whatever you must have heard. I like writing my CSS pure. So no, it is not bootstrap. I will not in any way teach you about bootstrap. You
okay,
have to
so
learn
now
CSS.
HTML5 has this new something where you can actually style your stuffs inline. I don't know how to explain it.
No, it has been there before HTML5. It was there
Really?
since. Yes, it was there
Wow.
since. It's just that many
Wow.
people don't use
Okay.
it because you have radical ways to use it now. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So people
All
don't
right.
use it. But yeah,
All right.
it's
Thank
not
you.
bootstrap. No problem. Thank you for your insight. So, guys, brings it to that brings me to the half of the class. So now we are now going to learn how to get real interactive with the entire website and stuff like that. So before we move forward, someone asked for a recap that I've gone too fast. So we have to start everything from the beginning. And looking at the time, I will go fast, but it will just be breezing through what has been done. And I hope you guys will be able to follow this time. So for my phone ninjas, whip up your phone, get your decoder moving on, because you guys are also in this together. As far as you've written that first hello world and you've typed it out and you've done your assignment, you're already a coder. I don't know what else you're waiting for. What are you waiting for? You're already a coder. You understand? So think like one. So we are going to move to something more wonderful. Let's start creating the magic. So it's going to be something quite simple. I'm going to scrape this entire thing all together and have myself a little bit of a blank page, blank slate, and then I'm just going to have a H1 tag that says I love Chelsea. So yeah, that's basically what I'm going to say. I'm going to have a bold tag that says I love Chelsea. Okay, so guys, we have in HTML we have an element. So an element consists of three things. Basically, an element consists of three things: the tags, the attributes, and the content. Now, the tags are the opening and the closing tags. This is a tag. This is a tag. Both of them together make the opening and the closing tag. Then we now have the attributes. The attributes basically provides additional information about the HTML element, and they're added to the opening tag of an element as name value pairs and to modify the behavior or appearance of the element. Okay, so basically, so basically, we have this in here, basically, and as we can see, I've added an attribute here, and it says the content editable. Just puts through inside it, understand? That I'm able to edit this content. So I can say Chelsea are the true blues. Understand? So what I have done is, because of this attribute here, the content editable attribute, understand? It means, and I've set it to true, it means that I'm going to be able to edit this text basically on my browser on its own. That's basically what that content editable means. That I'm going to be able to edit this text on its own. So basically, here's where the insane magic comes. Here's where the insane magic comes. For those of you that were talking about inline for inline styling, I'm going to show you guys a little bit of magic. So we know the style tag, yeah? You guys know what a style tag is. You guys know that it contains colors and stuff like that. It contains the kind of things. Style is for inline styling. You know, it can be put either in the head or in the body. So as we all know that this is a tag, so you can have that content editable, set it to true. And then let's say here we have color. So let's say that we have H1. The color is blue. Now this is just hypothesis, understand? This is just hypothesis, understand? Yeah. So as this thing is here, that means that we are able to edit this content that is inside there, basically. Okay. So we have put this in here that says that this thing is blue. That's what changed the color to this. Understand? But here we can do this too. Let's comment this out. So that is basically what is called inline CSS. So this thing basically now is an attribute that defines what this content is. It states and declares what this element performs. This is because of what you guys have been saying, to understand better what attributes basically and what contents are. So you see the relation between tags, attributes, and content, saying that all of them is an element. As you can see here, we have that this is an element. That is basically why this heading is like this. So you understand better what an element is. So I hope you guys understand what an element is right now. I hope you guys have a better grasp of what an element is. Okay, that's cool. So moving on to the next place you guys said you have a problem to understand basically. We have to know that we have tags that are opening and closing tags, but some tags don't have a closing tag, like the break tag now. Let's say let's say now that we have a paragraph saying that Mbappe is richer than Nigeria. So we basically say Mbappe is richer than Nigeria, and then let's say that so it will basically appear like this: Mbappe is richer than Nigeria. Yeah. So now let's say that we want to put Nigeria in the next line. Let me have respect for my country, Nigeria. Yeah. Okay. So we will now say we want to put Nigeria in the next line, and we don't want to declare it and another P tag. You understand? We now do this. A break tag. You can see it doesn't have a closing tag. You understand? But it will carry Nigeria and put it inside the next line. So that is basically what it does. It carries it and puts it in the next line without compromising the entire structure of your code. That is what it does. I hope you are satisfied now. Like we understand what what these tags do. Because we have tags like the break tag, the image tag, the input tag, the link tag, the meta tag. And as you have seen from the description of this tag here, we can see that the meta tag does not have any closing tag. That it just exists on its own while it is doing something on the internet. That's basically what it does. Okay, so moving on, we now want to address on how to put images. Before that, let me take your question first of all. Yes, Ebube.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
I would like you to refresh on the last point you just made now about that Nigeria stuff.
Which point exactly? What exactly do you want to understand?
When you say them, it automatically places the Nigeria in quotes in the next line without compromising. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, when you say it automatically places Nigeria in the next paragraph without compromising the code.
Okay. Okay. So basically, how I did that was with the aid of the break tag. This thing is called to break line. That's what that tag means. Break line. You understand? That is what it means. If I remove it now, it takes Nigeria back here. You understand? But if I want to make a sentence, let me say I have a long sentence. Okay, let me write a long sentence. Let me write a long sentence. Okay, we can see how long this sentence is, basically. But now let's say I want to break it from here. Let's say I want to break it from there. I just come here, I just come to that place in particular, and then insert my break tag. Now see, it breaks it from there and puts it inside the next line. That's what a break tag does. It does not have a closing tag because it doesn't need a closing tag. That's one of the tags that does not need a closing tag. Sure you guys get. Is that better now? It's just for line break. Its function there is to perform a line break. It's as if he's no longer here. Yeah, actually, what's up?
Evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Good evening.
Yeah. So I've not been following because I'm using my device and my decoder has not been popping following. It's just blank there. Anytime I press play, it's just blank. So I don't know how can this be resolved. And
Did
also
you? Yeah, continue.
yeah, the tags. I think you should have set maybe a file on how let's just know about the tags because every tags you bring in is just new to us. So I don't understand. I'm not really following.
That is why there are resources. So resources have been made available today. So this is a class. What I'm trying to do here is to just introduce us to this. So after this class, you go through the video and understand it better on your own. Do you get it?
Get
Okay. Samuel,
Sorry, boss. I don't know. I think this is the third class. Um, is it possible for us to get the like a file that will help us we can read through, not just the video alone? I think it will better guide us. I don't know. I don't know. I just said I should ask her.
yes, there is a place where resources are kept. It should be made available to you guys. There is a place for resources. It should be made available to you guys. Hope that's cool.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So going back, continuing from where we stopped. So basically, I wanted to show you guys a little bit of magic. So as we all know, this is a tag, and it can take in a style. So I'm going to put this in display block and then change this into body. So basically, you see that this thing is here. You understand? So I've put the content editable to be through the style there. You understand? So inside here now, I can now come here and say that what I want is for the background color to be black, and it changes to black, and I can come here and then I can come here and then change this color to pink, and it changes to pink. And I can come here and change this color to orange, and it changes to orange. But this is a very nasty color. I change this color to lime, and it changes to lime. Also a very nasty color. And sea blue, not a color. Then my favorite, magenta. And it changes to magenta. Then I can change this thing from pink to white, and it changes to white. So I hope you guys can see that as this is a tag, you're also able to change the color inside once you can edit the content and change it inside your web browser. So that's a basic thing. You can even decide self if it's not much of a hassle for you, you can even decide to change the this thing. You can say font family. I'm just showing you guys a little bit of thing. So you can change it to comic sans. Like if this is distance sans, as if it works. But yeah, you get the entire point. You can change the colors, you can change it. Once ever this thing is content editable, but once ever you remove this content editable from it basically just assumes normal default color and stays how it is. So yeah, that's basically it. So the next thing we're going to do now is to add images to the web. So basically, displaying images on the web is the most attractive thing to do. So our image tag too is not a closing tag. So when we declare our image tag, you will see it has the src and the alt. So this thing, the src contains the path or the URL to the particular image, while the alt is the alternative text that describes the image. It is displayed in a situation the image is unable to be shown in the web browser. You understand? So you are able to place images in the web. So let me say that this is Chelsea's. So look at how this thing is on the web at the moment. You will see that there is nothing here. But let's say I place an alternative text. I say Chelsea logo. You see, it brings out that an image is supposed to be here with the name of Chelsea logo there. This is the alt text that is there saying that there is supposed to be a logo with Chelsea there. So once I look for Chelsea logo, understand, I go to the images. So I can see different Chelsea logo images. I select the one that I want. And then right click on it. Then I click on copy image address. Then once I paste the copy image address here, so it is going to render the image here. Like I said in the file, it contains the path or the URL to the particular image. The URL, also known as the Uniform Resource Locator, is this piece of code here. You understand? This thing here, that is the URL to the image. So whenever you're connected on the internet, the image must show. Understand? But let's say that I want to download this image by myself. Chelsea, and I will make sure I save it in the particular place where I want to use it from. So I'm going to go to BUNN tutorials and save it there. Understand? That is the place I want to use it from. For you guys to understand better, I'm going to download another logo. I'm going to download I'm now going to get another logo, Manchester City. Well, no, Dortmund. I prefer Dortmund. Dortmund. I go for Dortmund logo. So yeah, I will select this logo. I'm just downloading it so you guys would like have an idea of what it means. So I save the image as Dortmund. Okay. Once I save it as Dortmund, I come back to my file here. Okay, if you have this place open in your for phone users, you don't really bother about this part, or you can simply, if you want to get the URL, you can use the URL directly, understand? So you basically hold for a while on that image, then click on copy image path or copy image URL, then come and paste it in the src there. So basically, I want to show. So basically, this thing has turned to Chelsea logo. So I want to show Chelsea logo because I have downloaded it here. So I have src, I have /. So it turned Chelsea.png. Ensure that the name and the file name is correct for it to be able to display. That's what I mean. The image is here because I've downloaded it locally. But if I change this thing, ensure that the file format is correct. If I change this thing now to JPG, it's not going to show because although the name is correct, it doesn't know that it exists because it does not say anything like Chelsea.jpg there. You understand? So you must ensure that you follow the exact file format that is there so that you'll be able to display it. Understand? You can also work on the height and the width. All these things now are attributes. You understand? You're telling it how you want it to look. So I've worked on the height and the width. I changed it to 200 pixels for the height and 200 pixels for the width. And you see how it is. It has reduced the image proportionately to how I want it to look like. You understand? It has given it 200 pixels in height and 200 pixels in width. So let's now say that I want to add another image. Font logo. Then I now about the place .web.webp. You see that this you see the same thing. The Dortmund logo appears. Now let's say that I want to give it a height and width of 50. I'll say height 50 pixels. 50 pixels, width pixels. So you see it has given it a height and width of 50 pixels. So you know that this color thing, the images can be resized and its height and width can be reshaped. If you've been following it now, just put up your hands. If you understand what is going on, just put up your hands. Okay. That's cool. Thank you, guys. You can put down your hands now. So we can see that images is one of the most attractive things to do on the website. You can have an image there that will say 1,001 words, whilst displaying, while you have a text that will actually just define exactly what the image is doing there. You understand? So that is how you can add a caption and an image to define what that image is and what the caption for that image is. Okay, so we move forward. So now let's scrape this thing up. So now for me to be able to place a particular image, so that you'll be able to see the descriptive text of the image. So I'm going to have a tag called the figure tag. So this figure tag, basically, it contains the image and it contains the caption for the image. That's basically what it does. So image, I have / Chelsea.png. I'll be like the Chelsea logo, which displays here. I'll give it my width of 200 pixels. And I'll give it my height of 200 pixels. It has now resized it. Then inside this place, I'm not going to give it fig caption. I'll be this is the legendary Chelsea logo. So you see that it has already described that this is the legendary Chelsea logo. You understand? So that is what it does. So now let's say that I want to, whenever I hover on this image, you understand, I want to bring out the text for this image. You understand? I come here and then I give it title. I say Chelsea logo. Chelsea logo. And whatever I hover on this image is going to bring out the description for me, going to tell me that this is the Chelsea logo. You understand? So we have now seen the importance of attributes and how we can use attributes. So let's say that I misspelled this thing. Instead of putting PNG, I put PN. You will see that it has this thing. It tells you that the Chelsea logo is supposed to be here. You understand? And this is the legendary Chelsea logo. You understand? So before you see the image, you would understand that, hey, this is Chelsea's logo. That Chelsea's logo is supposed to be here. Let's say that you have bad internet network and then it did not load well. You'll be able to understand that, okay, this is Chelsea's logo. This is where Chelsea's logo is supposed to be. Understand? Before the image now loads well to be visible enough for you to see it in the browser. So that's basically about it. So we still have enough time for questions and to play around a little bit. So if you have any suggestions, questions, or things you would want me to touch on, just put up your hands. Let's go over them. Am I the only one in this call? Or you guys have been understanding so far? If you want to speak, just
We are
put up
not
your hand.
here. We can hear you, but we don't have questions.
Okay, Benjamin.
My question is concerning this meta tag we use when we started the class. There were some of those things related to meta tags. You said you were using specifying width of, I don't know, just understand. The question is just explain how the uses of those attributes in the meta tag.
Okay, so this class is not for covering the meta tag. So I'm just going to tell you exactly what these ones that are here is. So this thing means the character set, the character encoding, you understand, for the page. So the UTF-8 is the general character encoding for all things on the web. You understand? Is advised to use UTF-8. So HTML automatically uses UTF-8 when you're using VS Code. When you use the emmet to declare your skeleton, it uses the UTF-8 so that it will be compatible across all web platforms. That's what this thing means. This character sets UTF-8, that is the encoding. So this meta tag now defines the viewport. It now says that the name is viewport. Defining the viewport, it now says what's the content of this viewport. The width is equal to device width. That means it should sync to the device width and then to an initial scale of 1.0. That means to the initial scale of the screen, that is 100% of the entire screen width. That's what it should contain. 100% of the entire screen width. That is what it should contain. I hope I'm clear.
Thank you.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, any other questions, points, insights, whatever you want me to do, whatever I want to understand more, you're free to ask. Yeah, Chairman.
Please, in the image, about the image, how do you know whether the image should be in PNG or JPG?
Okay, now let's go to where I saved my image. So I saved my image here. You understand? So if you have your image like this now, you can hover on the image to see what type of image it is. You see the item type is PNG file, so you know it ends in .png. Then if I hover on this one, you see that it says that the item type is a Chrome HTML document. It's a new type of image formatting. That means that it is .webp. If you list it like this, you understand, you see automatically that this is a PNG file. But then VS Code has an inbuilt feature that tells you that already gives you the file type. You understand? So you see it is .png here and it is .webp here. So it will help you when you're writing the tags, when you're imputing the parts to the specific image. Is that clear or not?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, no problem. Yes, Naomi. Shema, please put on your hand. Okay, so as you guys don't have any questions to ask, which, well, I don't know whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. I hope you guys will be geared for the assignment. Same format. Form will be closed by 11:59 on Saturday next week. So basically, congrats to coming to the end of this class. And I hope you guys had fun. And I hope you guys are taking something home. So basically, assignment is very simple. On your replit or your code pen, write about your favorite book. Describe your favorite character in that book and list in on other lists the features you like and do not like about your favorite character. Write about the author and list the books that the person has published. Write a personal note to that author. In no more than 200 pixels of width and height, add images of both the book and the author. No plagiarism. You no get book wey no go be without character. I don't understand which book you dey read. Yes, Abugo Angela.
Please, must it be replit? Must we use replit? We cannot use VS Code.
For all the assignments you'll be submitting, you'll either be using Replit or CodePen. So you'll be submitting a link to your project.
Okay. What's the second question I want to ask now? The assignment will be sent to the group chat, yeah?
Yes.
Great. Thank you.
Okay. Chikere.
Yeah, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Okay, I want to ask this assignment now that you want to give us on a book. Must we write on a book? Like, is it compulsory we write on a book? Why can't we pick another thing that we can write on that we feel comfortable with? Because I'm not really a book person. Like, I have other things I can write on. There are different things I could write on.
So
So
what is the different
what
thing
is
you
the
can
different
write
thing
on?
you can write on? You can write on maybe the movies we like. Can create code on probably the movies we like, the games we play, football, like you said, Chelsea. I can write about Man U, that kind of thing. But so I don't know that book. Uh, I'm not too sure. Sha.
Okay.
Okay,
Provisions to be made
provisions to be
for
made
those.
for those. What I'm just
Get
saying is there should be like options, Sha. Like options, like must not be a book, but it's still going to be the same format of assignments. Yeah. That's what I mean.
Yeah, I get your
Yeah,
point.
I get your point. So
Please mute your mic.
please mute your mic.
I'm getting echo in my ear. I can't hear myself. Okay, that's good. So provisions will be made for those who don't read. So it will be either the movie you watched or the book you watched. So the link will be sent to the group chat, and yeah, you will see other instructions inside there. So that is basically how it is going to be. It's nothing much. It's something you guys can do, definitely. Yes, Chikara. Hello, Kelechi.
Yeah, thank you for the class thus far. I actually have a question, yeah. I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Yes. So like as regards this whole thing, I think I understood the class to some extent. But like I just have this very question to ask when it comes to the whole file thing like that in because I saw you were working with this I don't know index file. Is it that you created a file before you started the whole coding thing? Like I got lost at that point. Like I think at the beginning because I actually joined late. You get
Okay.
so like
Don't worry about that part. If you stayed till the normal part where another person asked a question about how to go about creating the entire thing, you see how I took it from scratch and created the file. Just focus on that part. Is that okay?
okay, so that means there is no need to create a file. So then how then do we like work with the how do I the interpretation of your code via the web?
Interpretation of my code via the web. I don't understand.
How do I don't know. I don't know how to put the whole question thing. Because I think normally you actually meant to create a file, yeah.
Which
Which is so like I got lost at that point.
is it creating a file via VS Code or something?
Yeah, exactly.
So basically, this is what I did. I basically I'm going to go over this thing again. So basically, I come to my desktop. I create a folder. I said that this folder, the name is this. So
okay.
I then come to my VS Code. I now open a new window in my VS Code. It's new. There's nothing there in the moment. You understand? So it now says that I've not opened a folder yet. I should open a folder. And I'll click on open folder. And I'll go to my desktop where I know that I stored my folder. And I'll click on this and I'll click on select folder. It opens that folder up for me. It's an empty folder. You understand?
Okay.
It's an empty folder. So I come here and then I now click this new file. Then I create index.html. You must make sure that it is .html.
Yeah.
And then when you click enter, it now creates it for you. So that's basically it. Then anything you do inside here, make sure you save Control S to save it. Try to save.
Okay, so that means for the image part, we can actually like save the image right in the folder. Yeah?
Yes, you can. That is exactly what I did here. That's exactly what I did.
Okay.
That's exactly what I did here. I carried the image and stored it in the same place in the folder. That is why I'm able to call it out here.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, thank you.
Alternatively, if you want to discover, okay, let's say that I want to do another magic. I want to do something fun. I want to create another figure. And I'll say the image because I so much love the hype around Barbenheimer. Barbenheimer. Yeah, I will get something as I'll just look for a random image on the web. Yeah, let me just use this. Let me just use this image. By the way, I prefer Oppenheimer definitely. Barbenheimer is because I mean it's this woman that I forgot her name obviously. So I'll say copy image address. Copy image address, then paste the image address here. Then
they call me for WhatsApp. Annie.
Copy image address, then paste it here. And you see the image here. So that's basically it. You can either copy the image address and paste it there, but this one you have to be online before you view the image, or you download the image, and paste it and call it normally. So it can either accept URL, as it said here. It can either accept your URL or the path to the particular image. Is it clearer? Hello, is it clearer? For phone users, just copy the path. You understand? Even for the image that you're going to be using on your Replit, if you don't know how to add images there, just copy the path. Okay, one last thing. Let me show you guys what to do in your Replit. So let's go to Replit. Let's go to Replit. I'll go back to this place, the BUNN intro. There's nothing much there. So yeah, so basically now, if I want to upload an image that I want to use here, you understand? So I can basically copy and paste the image that I want to use here. Let's say that I want to use what nice images yourself. Okay, let's say that I want to use Chelsea, you understand? So I can copy Chelsea basically. I can simply drag it. I can simply drag it. I can simply drag the image that I want. And I paste it inside there. So when I now paste it inside there, so I can now say that I can now come here and then write my image. And I can now do .chelsea.png, and I refresh here. You see the thing is going to show here. So normally, let me just do my height. I'll give it 100 pixels. Then my width 100 pixels. And I refresh. Then you see that it has scaled down to 100 pixels width and 100 pixels of height. So that's basically it. So yeah, that's how to add images there. Or if you want to add, if you want to add an image there, let's say I choose this image right now. So instead of me downloading this image, I can simply say copy image address. I'll come back to my Replit, clean this thing off, paste it, and refresh. You see that it has changed. You understand? So you can either put in the link or that. You don't have to download it. You don't really have to download it really. Okay, so if you want to submit your Replit basically, so you can click here. You see, you can now describe what this Replit does. You can describe anything. Then you hit publish. So when you now describe what this Replit does, let me just say some lorem ipsum. You understand? You can now then do next. You can now add a tag. You cannot add any tag you want to add. You cannot say is HTML lists. Yeah, you can add up to like 5. Then next, you can change the icon. You can upload an image, any image that you want. Let's still go back. Let's still go back here. I can now upload this image. It will now choose the image there. Understand? And I click next. It now says drop a cover photo. You get it. If you want next, you now say publish. Then you might don't forget about this part. Then you can now click publish to community. Once you now click publish to community, you will see a link. Once you click that publish to community, you see a link. You now copy this link and you now share it. So that's basically it. So once you copy this link, I'm able to share this link here. Understand? So yeah, you can now click the link and you can now get to where you want to get to. That's basically it. So Chidima, Salon, what's up?
Good evening once again. Mike, it's kind of suggestion, not a question. Can the video record of this class be released sometime so that those of us that didn't get some of the things that need a recap can go through it and write the assignments on time? Sorry to someone like me, I have exam from Monday to Friday so that I can use that on time to finish this course today.
Sure, no problem. The assignment is quite easy. You understand? It was factored in that you guys were going to have exam. That is why it was quite easy. It's not something you have to think so much about. It's like you telling a friend your book, what you liked about the book, what's up about the book. You understand? There's nothing much. So you get something down. And the same thing that happened last week, immediately after class, the assignment was posted on the group. So it's going to be there and it's going to be visible for all. Yes, the video recording will be on the UNN, on the blockchain UNN YouTube. Osita, what's up?
Yeah, I wanted to ask the way you publish the link right now, is that the one that is supposed to be submitted for the assignment?
Yes, that is the one that's supposed to be submitted for the assignment.
Yeah, I'm asking because it seems I copied another link then.
No, don't worry. You guys did not know this part. So it's not going to be just even if you copy the link and you pasted it, you understand, it's okay. For the first assignment, but for this assignment now you have to actually publish what you do. And then submit a published link.
Okay. All right.
That's why I showed it in this class, because I noticed what went on in the last class. Okay, that's cool. Zikora asked, please, what's the difference between what HTML does and what normal copywriters on the internet do? I don't understand this question, so if you can clarify. I don't understand. I do use Chelsea because my favorite team. After Chelsea, at Dortmund. After Dortmund, at Man City. After Man City, I don't even to like Bakasha, but Shaide. So yeah, that's basically it. The slides. I don't really know. You ask the main organizers whether the slides can be provided. But apart from that, there are materials made available. So you'll be able to do the research on your own. First and foremost, I'll say this thing down with that number. As a developer, you have to do your own research. Understand? Even if you have something somewhere, you have to conduct research to know how to make it better, how to understand it in your own way. You understand? So all we can offer is a little bit of guidance. Yes, Samson.
Boss, good evening.
Good evening.
So, let me go with this. You were saying like the link stuff. The way I copied my own was that I went to the search bar. So
You just hit this thing
yes,
and copied
exactly,
it.
and
Yeah.
and the thing correspond now. Like I copy and paste them for somewhere. I can't click the link. It carry me go the same place. I don't know that one day okay.
Yeah, it did all right. It did all right. But for this class now, as far as say we don't show how to like actually like host your this thing, you understand? You got to post them that way. Sure you get.
Yes, sir. All right. Thank you.
Okay. No problem.
You did well today. Really appreciate, boss.
Oh, well, thank you. My God. Okay. Any other questions before we end the class? Any other questions? Osita, your hand is still. Your hand is still up. Thank you. Now strength I use run the class. So if any of you feel weak, I use my strength run the class. Okay, so thank you guys for attending the class, and yeah, assignment to be posted. See you guys when I see you. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Next.
I don't feel for to visit, but to it is you say to me, don't hold me for work, you. But you would rather me to do is for love, for love, for love. I don't feel for to visit, but to it is you say to me for work. But you would rather me to do is for love.
Wow, crazy mama. Crazy mapara.
Don't want nobody, just want loyalty. She want my loyalty. She don't want money, she don't want nobody. She just want loyalty. She wants my loyalty. She dey give me joy like footballer wey score goal final. My final. To very soon be born by designer. Each format last night we gave format. Make sure check who boss me via the color. Who Loma not get that time to they check my phone and that's why I see airport to fish it for George. It is you say to me, don't hold me for work, you. That you would rather me to do is for love, for love, for love. I don't see effort to fish it for George. It is you say to me, don't hold me for work, you. That you would rather me to do is for love, for love, for love. You don't want my money, don't want nobody, just want loyalty. She want my loyalty. You don't want my money, you don't want nobody, just want loyalty. You want my love, that.
What's in your mind? I want to know. Anywhere where you starting to go, I can follow. Yeah, you're making me high, Colorado. And I don't really mind if I overdose. This kind of love, baby, yeah, that's it. This kind of love, I want to know, but you know, think for me, I wanna know. This kind of love, baby, that's it. This kind of love, take myself, I give you for me. It's in your mind, I wanna know.
My darling, sorry, come and be my testimony. You get to something I never see. She said she like my melody. My darling, sorry, come and be my testimony. You get to something I never see. She said she like my melody. Every time it and I something, and I see something down. You need me not alone. Yes, me not apology. I'm a daily dana something, and I see she will not love me. If you leave me not alone, yes, me not apology. You know, so you cry for me, and she call you. I said, do you like this? And how I do she can see. She don't know. If you read my most time, I know. What's you going to find right now? I need to. So my darling, sorry, come up to my testimony. You get to something I never see. She says she like it, my melody. I said, my darling, sorry, come up to my testimony. You get to something I never see. She says she like it, my melody. I'm a darling, and I something. I say she don't tell me. If you leave me now, alone, yes, me my apology. I'm a darling, and I something. I say she don't tell me. If you leave me now, alone, yes, me my apology. So you know, she put for me and she put it on. I said, do you like this? I mean, like this. And how I do this, she put it on. She don't know her name. And they do it kind of what I know. I'm saying, you don't need to find my dog. I need you.
I'm not moved by what I see. I know who I be. I just want my peace, make money, day. I go get everything I need in my own timing. Go need God, go need people, people behind. But do I don't go sign? It's my life. Everything from my life. You look at me so surprised. Somebody don't buy. I know it's hard to be alright. Baby, I don't mind. I take no kiss to yeah, we are very spending. Like it's lucky. When we fuck, yeah, we are very spending. Like it's lucky. Because all I don't go side me. I know they put my foot no go side me. Kind of slow, but I'm always on timing. See my eyes, don't see me anything, see me on bad laugh for if you see the end, you need that. Goodbye, nobody like you. I check, better the top, I want that. It's about to say, Mule, a banga. Maybe I don't banga. I go get that for Walla. I don't get it fine like Tiana. Spend it, I go big banana. Leave out to go to original no made in China. I see you just stop when we pop. Yeah, we all let this spending. Like it's nothing. I see you just stop when we pop. Yeah, we all let this spending. Like it's nothing. When we pop up, yeah, we are very spending. Like it's nothing. I see no stop when we pop up, yeah, we are very spending. Like it's nothing. Last time that I check, now before I digress, my girl, you told me that I'm not your love interest. Still, my girl, the last time that I check, see nothing ain't changed yet. Except that I got a big bag and a big flag. Nobody coming on stage, my nigga. Streets it's all cold, my nigga. When nobody come try me a river. I'ma pull through like the strings on my guitar. Nonsense, my nigga. The streets is all cold, my nigga. When nobody come try me a river. I'ma pull through like the strings on my guitar. I don't want to pull no trigger. I just want it for something. I don't want no wahala. It's so cold outside, my brother. Yeah, no, they hate, but the brother. I just want it for something. I don't want no wahala. It's so cold outside. You know they let nothing to worry me. I know they let nothing to bother me. You know, no one apology. You know, say she look no they bother nobody. Me, I know they let nothing to bother me. I know they let nothing to bother me. You know, no one apology. You get you know, for me to make that space for the car. She says, don't come, my nigga. Nobody come try me. I'm a fool to let the strength in my guitar. Nonsense, nigga. The streets is so cold, my nigga. Nobody come try me. I'm a fool to let the strength in my guitar. I don't want to pull no trigger. See this one, cause I'm going crazy. I don't want no one. It's so cold outside, my nigga. Yeah, I know the hate of the Jordan. I just want to cause I'm going crazy. I don't want to pull no one. It's so cold outside. I know they let nothing to worry me. I know they let nothing to bother me. I know no one apology. You know, say she don't know the bother nobody. I know they let nothing to bother me. I know they let nothing to bother me. I know no one apology. You get me, so you know that's that. Pàdé mi ó ṣe lọ, bá ní kò gbọ́ fún lọ, àlàyé mi sáré tẹ bọ́ọ̀tì lọ, gbogbo kọ́kọ́ ló máa fi ń jọ́gọ̀jọ̀, lọ ṣe shopping lọ, I know the send that they jog my life, 100% we dey gbádùn lọ, àwọn tí o fẹ́ wà kọ́ máa struggle lọ, the money long cause I don't back check, now everybody want to tear my shirt, I just know what I know myself, because them use me, I go use myself, ọmọ bá tó pàṣẹ, àníta, good downset, ọmọ dúdú. You love my friend, you got me key. You do my jẹ́. I get to back inside. She died. I want to be on this time. Down. In every situation, I don't. You want to call it brother, everybody want to tear my shirt. I don't know what to do, I know myself. Before them use me, I go use my sense. I'm about to pass it. Anita, go down, say, right. You love my friend, you got me cheap. You do my I get to bandage back inside. She died. My brother, no fit calculate, stick a pull up, simple let me go. I know the reason how many people are me go. Inside the line and inside the campus, don't put my eyes down, make God see God. Make my face my front, make a budget, don't use me just run. Make what lose take my clothes. Oh my advantage every time I fall, cause the only time it is set my fault. If I hold it outside on my run, me I don't think for the attack alone. Oh my advantage every time I fall, cause the only time it is just my fault. I'm a face, I'm not feeling to see the go with it. I'm not feeling to see if I is it, I feel okay. Kilometer. I feel good,